Hey my Notpolish babes, guess what? I am back on YouTube again. I know it's been a long time, but we've been busy, so I am back at it again with a brand new kind of spring.
Can you tell them why you've been busy? Because we moving.
We've been busy because we moved warehouse, and you know, organizing things takes a long time, and I have my studio set up now, so I am.
Show them your studio setup.
Boom. So now
how about the neon in the back?
I'm gonna make it bigger. So now I am back with making more videos, and for today's I'm gonna do something really cute and swingy.
Are you gonna do a giveaway? Any giveaway?
Oh yes, and again, we're back, so that means more giveaways are coming. So make sure you guys like my video, comment on the post, and subscribe to our channel.
This new collection.
Let me show you guys the new colors. So the winner will get one free collection, our brand new colors. Let me make it pretty for you guys to see.
What's this collection name?
The name of this collection is Vibin' in Paradise, because this color reminds me of something very tropical, very paradisey. Paradisey. I don't know that's a word, but anyways guys, check out the video and good luck to everybody. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment on the video. I'll see you guys later.
You forgot to say it's easy.
Oh, I did. Super easy, super trendy. Check it out. Hey guys, we're gonna start out with number M91, M86, and M68 today. So as you can see, I already have the Notpolish XXL C curve on, and we're gonna be using number M91 first, and we're gonna be doing an ombre today on, well, an ombre first. So make sure you hold the product in place first before you let go of the brush. Clean the brush, dip in a little bit of monomer, and then work the product onto the nail because it's a little bit runny right now, so you don't want to let use too much pressure when you guys pulling out the product just like this. Make sure you flatten out the top of the top where the product is at, because we're doing ombre, so we don't want to see the blue peeking through the green. So make sure you keep that area flat first and then cut it off at the end. And when I'm doing this, I make sure I apply it on very clean and keep the shape of the nails nice and neat, so when we file and stuff like that, we won't be spending a lot of time shaping the nail. So I'm just gonna cut it off at the end just like so. Again, you can see that I'm just working the products onto the tip and kind of tapering the shape up just like so. And then I'm gonna be using a green next, so I'm just gonna taper it into the tip, and then now I'm gonna pick up that green is M86, and then we're gonna apply it on top of this blue. There you go. Hold it in place first, and then now we're gonna pull it down just like this, so you can see that transitioning. Look how pretty that is. It's just a light. It just I picked green and blue because I'm feeling a little bit springy today, and I think the ombre it's just a subtle transition that's just perfect for me right now. And then you see how I kept the shape of the nails pretty clean even when I apply on the product. So try to do that, okay guys? And then now we're gonna use the M68, put it right close to the cuticle but not too close, and then we're gonna push it up just a bit like that. And if it runs to the side a little bit, make sure you clean it up like this. Swoop it down and clean it. So make sure you clean that, because if it sticks to the skin and it dries up when you go to shape the nails or use your fine bit to smooth it out, you might end up cutting the client's finger, okay? And again, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to work in with the ombre again. And just so you guys know, anytime I do a design look, I always start out with the easier nails first. As you can see in all my videos, it's either a solid color or an ombre, and that's the nail that I will start out first, and I leave the harder design for later on. So I just usually, anytime I do a design, usually it's like the ring finger and the middle finger that I do the design on, and then the pinky, the index, and the thumb is usually the easier design, because you don't want to do all 5 fingers or 10 finger all crazy, all different design, because that can look a little bit overwhelming. So I just keep it very neutral by just doing the complicated design on the ring and the middle finger and the ring finger, and then always keeping it really nice and simple on the rest of the nails, usually an ombre or like a solid color with some gems. That's it. And then you see how that can, and again, not polished colors do not marbleize. Some color, like neon color, like really bright color, you might see a little bit of marbleizing in clear, and that's very normal, absolutely normal with 90% of the brand. And usually when that happens, you just use 2 beads application. I just want to throw that out there, and make sure you keep it nice and clean, just like this, and then clean around the cuticle like this. If you get it a little bit on the skin, make sure you clean it, because again, when it dries and then you go to run it over with your fine bit, you might end up nicking the client's finger. Okay, and then now we're going to encapsulate it with crystal clear powder. Usually when I do a 3-color ombre or something like this, I always encapsulate it with clear, so that way when I go to smooth everything out, I don't lose my ombre. When I say lose the ombre, what I mean is by when you file in with your fine bit, and then you can cause a harsh transition in the ombre when you file off that, smooth transitioning. So with the clear, it will help protect that transition of the colors. There you go. Just keep it like that, nice and smooth. And then now again, same for the other nail, we're gonna go in with the clear powder to encapsulate the ombre up. And then now I am gonna work on a solid nude color on this nail, and because it has been a little bit hot in California, so when I'm unsure about the way the product set, I usually do 2 beads application, just to be sure that the product is not too runny or too dry. Usually the weather affects the way your product set a lot, so if it's too cold, the product will run. If it's too hot, the product will set too fast. So it's been a little hot, so I'm just trying to be sure and then get I'm just gonna do 2 beads on this one. You see that? Just when you do 2 beads, just work it as like you would do any ombre, flatten out the top area and then pull the products all the way down to the tip of the nail. And now we're gonna work on to our second bead. And then I'm going to pick up my second bead and I'm put really close to the cuticles, but as you can see, it's not like all the way up to the cuticles, about like 95% to the cuticles. And then now let go of the product, clean your brush, dip it in a little bit monomer, and I'm going to flush the rest of the product into the cuticles, and then I'm going to pull the product down just like this. And as you get to the middle of the nail, make sure you apply a little bit more pressure to drag the product down, because when the product gets to the middle, the center of the nail, it tends to already harden a little bit, so you need to apply a little bit more pressure to pull it all the way down to the tip of the nail, just like this. So that's very simple. Look how beautiful this nude is. And then make sure you keep the shape of the nails, okay? And for this look, I'll be doing a sorry, I will make the ombre a little bit on the thinner side. Look, I'm gonna flatten out the top area and then drag it down, but not all the way to the tip of the nails, because I'll be doing a little cut on this nail. So I'm gonna pull it down to about like 85% of the nail, just like this, and apply on my nude powder to ombre it down. There you go, just a light ombre. Look how pretty this color is. And then when you see the product that is like super shiny like this, you can see the reflection of the light. That means it's not ready to be cut with the X-Acto knife, because when it's super wet like this, when you cut down with the knife, when the knife come up, it will pull the product up with the knife, causing the lines to be not straight. So make sure you wait it to turn a little bit matte, and then you cut. And you see how I'm cutting it down, like pulling it down like this. And you can buy this knife at like Hobby Lobby or Walmart. It's just an X-Acto knife. Just be really careful, because it's really sharp. So if you want to, you can, when you get the brand new knife, you can file it, the tip a little bit with your hand file to dole out the point, so you don't end up cutting the clients. And then I'm gonna be doing a glitter in this cut, so I apply a thin layer of clear, and then I'm gonna put on my glitter, and I'm just gonna push it really carefully along with that blue, and make sure I line it up just perfect like that. And if you get it on top of the blue, make sure you clean it off, because we're gonna encapsulate this look with clear powder, so you don't want the line to look crooked. So I'm just gonna lightly tap it on, very lightly, and I'm gonna use my brush to kind of clean it across like this. And then make sure it doesn't have to be perfectly straight when you clean it, but when you apply on your next color, make sure it lines up perfectly with the blue. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more to make it more vibrant with that glitter, and then I'm just gonna tap it into place. And then I'm gonna go up with the blue, and once you put the blue up, I'm lightly gonna push it up against the glitter and make sure that it lines up with it really nice and neat. So very carefully push it up so you don't overlap the blue the green on top of the glitter, just like this, and then pull it down. And then you notice how it's kind of light around the near the glitter line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this into the nail first and shape it up, and then I'm going to apply another thin bead, a very tiny bead right there, just to darken it up a little bit like that, and then pull it down and pull it down to the rest of the tip of the nail. And then we're going to encapsulate this whole nail with crystal clear powder. And then we're going to encapsulate this whole thing with crystal clear powder. And again, when you encapsulate the nail, make sure you don't put it all the way to the cuticle, because the cuticles already have product and you don't want to make it super thick and bulky around the cuticle. So you can just apply the clear around like 80 to 90% of the nail, and then drag the rest of the product down to the tip of the nail, just like this. And when this is dry, we're gonna go in with the Notpolish 5-in-1 cross bit. And I say this on all my video, this is the only bit I use because it's a safety bit, so it's make it really easy for me to shape the client's nails with this bit, because it doesn't cut the client's you know, skin, if that makes sense. But anyway, so we're gonna smooth it out, and then once this is done, we're gonna go in and shape the nail. So I'm gonna smooth this. So I like to smooth things out first, pre-shape, and then I go in with the hand file at the end to kind of smooth and shape everything out. So just smoothing it out now. And then now we're gonna go in with the Notpolish hand file to shape it. And make sure you guys really hang on to the fingernails, the nail itself when you file, or else it will move back and forth, and it can cause a little bit of pain for the client. So make sure you really apply the pressure on the nail to hold it in place when you shape. And you see how it's kind of thick at the tip like this? I'm going to run in and give it a little bit of a C curve like that, and then make sure you flip the finger over and clean out on the bottom as well. You see that? And then now I'm using the 3D round brush from Notpolish, and I am using it with the Notpolish number 2 white, and then just work on my flowers. And I am using it with the Notpolish medium set-in EMA monomer. And what I like to do is work on the 3 main flowers first. So maybe if the nail is shorter, work on the 2 main flower first. So you see how I'm working on the main flower first, and then I add on to the side of the flowers to fill in the gap, just like this. So work the 2 main flower first, just like that, and then fill in the side just to just to cover it up, just like that. And then what I'm using right now is just a darker blue of the acrylic, and kind of paint it into the center of the flower to give it a little bit of color, like that. And then now we're gonna go in with the Notpolish jewelry gel and applies on our gems, and then we're gonna cure it under the light for 30 seconds. Look how pretty and how simple that is. And I'll be using a transfer gel from Notpolish for this butterfly transfer right here, and apply on wherever you're gonna transfer the foil on, and cure it under the light for 60 seconds. You don't want to under cure this transfer gel, because when you under cure, when you stick on the foil, it won't stick well. So make sure I would rather you over cure it. Okay, make sure you cure for like 60 seconds and apply on your transfer. And these butterflies I got on Amazon, so just search for butterfly transfer foil, will come up. And then we're gonna finish it off with a matte top coat. Look at this, how simple and springy this is.